aspect is our provider with unified IP already on the contact center. So we are start looking for a tool to make conversations in social media with the customers of our clients. And what we have is all this, the rollout. We are starting just a couple of months ago, so what we can say is that well, so far so good, the experiment goes quite well, okay? What we're doing now is a starting point with a client that is not really a huge corporation, okay? We start doing conversations with it, customer care, we are doing marketing campaigns using the tool, we have a daily basis conversations with the customers of this client, and we improve the percentage of conversations in 20% month after month, because the people really wants to be in contact with the brands and the companies that give them products and services. And the perception of the final customer increase already just because of that, just because we are already talking with them, okay? In our experience in social media, the thing is that if you talk with your customer, it's probably that they buy again another product with you, and in 90% of the cases, just if you talk with your customer, that customer will recommend you to another customer. We are reactive, because usually people want to have information, or maybe they have a problem, so we need to give them an answer about the problems that they have. But of course, we are proactive. We are talking with them, and we are trying to start conversations with the customers to know data, to know what are their problems, what they want, what they need exactly, not what the company thinks that their customers need. It's not that. So it's a strategic step. It's the future of the communication with the customers. And later on, the integration between all the channels. Okay? So the agents on the contact center, in not so many time, will answer a phone call, or maybe later answer a tweet, converse with someone in Facebook, and through this, the only one tool, and everything at the same time. So it will be just teaching the agents how to behave in every channel, and use only one tool to have the contact with the customer in any channel possible. If the customer wants to talk with a brand by a phone call, of course, we'll do it. By a mail, we'll do it. Tweet, Facebook, whatever. That's the point, to integrate all the channels into just one tool that give us all this possibility. So that's why I decided to take Aspect Social. In this experiment that we are doing, I already told you that we improve 20% the conversations per month, at least at this time, and probably in the future it will be grow for sure, because the people get used to it. So from that, we are learning high volume conversations management, because we are talking now that we have dozens of thousands of conversations every minute out a huge amount of products that the company has, so, and the competitors worldwide. So from there, we are start learning high volume conversations management, because what we do is to manage all those conversations in some data that really is understandable for us, and of course, to translate it to our customer in a way that he can say, okay, so my line of a strategic view of business, it will be from this side. Or I will take this step because really my competitors are doing wrong in this point of view, or in this country their logistics are not working, or whatever. So what we are learning from this is how to manage all this information, because the digital world is really huge. We have lots of blogs where people talk, and the competitors and 1,000 products. So from all that, we are taking the conversations that they are going on in the social media. The services to offer, because of course we expect to start with a kind of community management and conversations with the clients of our own clients. But in fact, the conversations are going on, and the data is something that is valuable for our customers.
With our previous system that we had, the business requirements were a constant challenge to implement. For example, marketing would come up to us at the very last minute to say that they want to do a marketing campaign and would hand over the requirements to Cherin. So he'll be tearing his hair out in terms of getting the necessary reports back to them in terms of what were the call volumes, so on and so forth. And in terms of the ongoing changes, the existing design had limitations, primarily because we had a call center, but we actually wanted a contact center. So we were trying to fit in the two. And there was no easy way of centralizing reporting structure. So our conference and banqueting departments were decentralized. And for us to get reports, we would have to go to each and every telephone system across a group to get it and then formulate it centrally. And then integration to our other products and systems was not easy. It was a closed platform. So those are some of the features. Then in terms of rollout, we've rolled out Aspect UIP with WFM. So we've completed the voice part of it. The next stage is the social media, the web chats, and the multimedia installation. So right now we've done a like-for-like installation in terms of replacing our existing system. So we're very excited in the coming few months in terms of how we can progress with it. The business benefits. Aspect with Link is an open platform. Integration is easy. Although we're a hotelier, we're also an IT tech company as well, so we have got lots of developers. In terms of reporting, for our key KPIs, it's easier as well with the existing system. And integration to the various modules, in terms of the different modules within Aspect, the integration is easy. We don't have to be worried about how it would fit in. And also with the partnership with Microsoft, it's a very good working relationship. And the other most important thing is in terms of a unified agent, almost being an agent who can be used for different aspects within Aspect in terms of the solution.
I think with any system, the core functionality there gives you a great fit for what you need, but there's always a few tweaks. And the innovations team and the recommendations that we can make for enhancements to the product is great, but sometimes we need it quicker than that. So we've built a tool within Access with a connection to the EDOFM database, made easier by the public data model that Aspect produced, which tells us where everything is in the system. And we extract employee and group assignment data, group and personal accounts. We also do analysis on our rosters and some segment and superstate report in there. And it's the scheduling database that generates the automatic emails to the service managers when people have requested that. We've got a number of custom reports in there, one which has just come in now where we look at the wait list for the next 2 weeks. So if we've got people on the wait list for the next 2 weeks, but service projection is good, then we can go on out and proactively offer those, which is great for the colleagues. Quick sample report there of one of the custom reports. So this is a holiday one, so we've got the base, holiday, the carryover, the flex. We've also got a work back segment where if a colleague does go overbooked in the holiday year, they have an opportunity to work time back, and rather than being paid overtime, it automatically credits back to their personal account. So we certainly use that at year end when we realise that we finalise Christmas opening and holidays, and then realise, oh, Jimmy owes us 7 hours. Well, he can work that time back without us having to manually manipulate his account. We can see on here what holidays they've booked by month, then by quarter, and then a percentage breakdown. So you probably can't read in these figures here, but it gives us an indication that potentially, you might see some people who were halfway through the year and haven't used much holiday or have used too much within the first half of the year. Not without challenges. I mentioned earlier about we wanted everybody on the same system. Unfortunately, we've got 900 employees that are still on a legacy ACD with a legacy WFM solution. So we've got no feed from that into EDOFM at the moment, but we wanted them on the same solution. We wanted them to be able to use the same booking. And that legacy WFM solution isn't as flexible as Empower, so we had a 2-tier system until very recently. So last week, we moved all the planning and scheduling off that old solution and onto EDOFM. So we now do all our forecasting, planning and scheduling. we pulled all the schedules off that system, converted them into segments and imported them on a segment worksheet, over 1 million segments to do that piece of exercise for those colleagues. So a bit of a tricky bit there because the two systems hold schedules in slightly different ways. And then we've created a tool which periodically checks EDFM throughout the day and detects any schedule changes via the audit trail. And if one of those schedules that's changed is one of these employees that's on a legacy system, it extracts their schedule from EDFM, converts it back into the format for the other system, and throws it over there. So we still use real-time adherence on the legacy system, but that's all we use it for now. There's also a couple of payroll and MI feeds that go from that need to be moved over at some point. Finally, colleagues often confused about holiday rules. For those of you who administer Empower and the rules, they can be quite complex. You know, we've got rules about what day are you booking, when are you booking it for, how many days are you booking as part of a selection. So it can be quite confusing. So we've done quite a lot of work in terms of educating colleagues how to understand what a pass is, why something might be open, why things have failed, etc. We have an internal online user forum called Your Voice that colleagues can post questions, and we regularly go on there. We've got one tomorrow actually, where for 2 hours there'll be me, a number of my team and operational colleagues on there, so that if consultants want to fire a question about holidays, they can post it on there and we'll respond straight away, and we promote that. And we've got a working party which represents, you know, people from my team and from each of our regional representatives that are on there who are really a conduit back to us to constantly review what we're doing and how we can improve that.